In this video, we're going to be talking about the health benefits of arugula, and it's also known as wild rocket, as per the title. However, before we start, please say hello in the comments below and tag your friends and say hello as well, even if you're watching the play on YouTube. So over to you, Ronald.
So it's a beautiful day today, and expected to be 26 degrees. So this is our start of summer. Now, so I'm going to give you a very interesting expose on what Arugula actually stands for. Now, Arugula is the proper name for it. It's the Italian name, right? But so it's pronounced. It's the spelling is Arugula, Arugula. Okay, but most people, if they know anything about salads, they'll know it as rocket. Very easy to remember, rocket, R-O-C-K-E-T, right?
And this is what it looks
And
like.
that's what it looks like. You see that?
It's like a leaf.
Normally, of course, when it's more fresh, the leaves are straight like that. But you can see the exposure. It's a little bit like a mini dandelion, right? Okay, and that's called. So so whatever you call it, arugula or rocket. It doesn't matter, but if you go to shops, certain shops, they won't know it as arugula. They'll know it as rocket. For example, companies like Sainsbury's and places like that, they'll know it more as a mixture of rocket, spinach, and maybe watercress.
And this is an example of the bag.
An example of the bag. Can you see that?
So you can see it's a mixture of spinach, watercress, and rocket salad.
That's right.
I'll just show you what the spinach looks like.
Yes.
So that's the spinach leaf.
Yes, the spinach is more round.
Versus the arugula or rocket.
It's got like teeth. The arugula's got like little teeth in it.
Yeah.
The spinach is more of
just
a rectangular round.
And then the watercress is
that one.
A bit more leafy.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So what are the benefits of arugula? If you're drinking alcohol, which a lot of people do these days, especially worried about viruses and so on, if you're drinking about alcohol, you need to eat greens every single day. If you even have one beer per day, right, or say 7 beers in a week or less, depending on the amount of alcohol in that beer or the wine or the vodka or whatever, that's going to go to your liver and it's going to affect your liver because your liver has to break down the alcohol because the alcohol has to turn into sugar and so on, right? So, of course, if you keep on doing that without eating greens, eventually your liver will pack up, your pancreas will pack up, your heart will pack up, and so it's very important to eat greens, even if it's winter. Make sure in winter you could have greens in a soup, hot, with carrots and so on. But in summer, eat your salads raw, okay? Now, what are the benefits of eating arugula? Well, first of all, it's got the green amount of chlorophyll, chlorophy. Chlorophyll is a life form of all plants. Okay, that's the green color that keeps plants alive. For example, here you can see that is a branch of a leaf of an apricot tree. Okay, you see how green it is?
You can see the apricots behind us.
And the apricots here, you can see the apricots here. Look at that, right? That's our apricot tree. It's got about nearly 80 apricots this year. And so the green is chlorophyll. The next thing it's got is a fair amount of fiber. And everybody's heard me before knows how strong I am on making sure you get 38 grams of fiber every single day in your food so that your bowels can be clean. So first of all, chlorophyll, fiber. Large amounts of vitamin C, or especially the C complex. Vitamin C is usually ascorbic acid if it's in a normal form. But the best way to take it is in vitamin C, like in kiwi fruit, arugula, rocket, watercress. That's a rich source of vitamin C. And vitamin C is critical because always remember this. In the human body, you've got around 75 trillion cells. That's a lot, 75 trillion cells in the human body. There's 200 varieties of cells, 200 varieties of cells, right? Now those cells need vitamin C to bond together and keep young. The moment you start getting loss of vitamin C in your body, it's like brickwork that's been around for 300 years. The bricks, the cement in between is exhausted. It starts to come back and the walls fall. Now, it's very important to understand that just 75 trillion cells require a large amount of vitamin C on a daily basis. For example, if you had to take it in a food form, you'd have to have about 3 or 4 oranges, 3 or 4 kiwi fruit, and 3 or 4 apples to give you enough vitamin C in today's environment. Okay? Now, the vitamin C, why is it so important? I see daily people suffering from Alzheimer's, dementia, loss of memory, tiredness, insomnia. All of those are indications of lack of vitamin C, breaking, which is contributing to breakdown of cells. In other words, a cement between the cells is called collagen. You cannot form collagen without vitamin C. You have to have vitamin C, and you have to have it every day. And in winter, you need it a bit more. So, for example, if you're in winter in about 3 or 4 months, when winter starts to hit, you should have built up your vitamin C for the month before. What would you say? What, about November?
Earlier than that, probably
Early
October.
About October. So about October. I'm still working out the difference between Australia and summer.
That's if you're in the in Europe. However, if you're in the other countries like Australia, then it's opposite, like in March or so.
For example, it'll be March.
Yeah.
For example, Australia and New Zealand will be March, but here it would be like September, October. So now, as we said, chlorophyll, fiber, vitamin C. What else? It's got a large amount of potassium. And if you're growing it properly, you'll have selenium, molybdenum, boron, copper as well, right? So these are all critical trace minerals which help to break down the actual rubbish in your body and help you to eliminate waste. I did an experiment one where I ate only greens for 20 days. Only greens. Nothing else. No meat, nothing. And in those greens, I remember I ate rocket or arugula as well as watercress and so on. It took about 30 days, right? 30 days, and the poo came out green after 30 days. It took that long for the. I was eating large amounts, about a kilo or two of greens nothing else, no banana, no beetroot, no apples, just greens like rocket, arugula, watercress, celery, right? It took 30 days, and then finally one day I looked at it and it was green. The poo was green. Okay, now why is that so? It took that long for those greens to effectively remove the waste in the colon, the small intestines, the liver. It took, after about a month, I lost about probably 3 or 4 pounds. But guess what? I felt fantastic because the bricks inside, the cells inside, were fed with a huge amount of collagen, and my skin had cleared beautifully. I had a few spots, cleared within 3 weeks, but 4 weeks later it was marvelous. After a month, I kept on going for about another week, and then I started reintroducing like meats slowly, meats, fish, chicken, and so on, eggs. And I'll tell you what, it was a hell of an experiment. And people were saying to me, you look fantastic. I said, I've been in greens for a month. Wow. And nobody ever followed it. They couldn't take it because they were too much into their fried chicken and bacon and God knows what else, right? So to summarize, especially this time of the year when we are leading eventually to autumn and winter, start eating arugula, watercress, spinach, and so on now, right? Now, a pack like that is about, 85 grams?
Yeah, costs
So
about a pound
costs about a pound, right? Now, an adult should eat a whole pack of that. It's, let me just double check.
And you don't have to eat it all in one go. You can split it between 2 or 3 meals.
Yeah, this is 80 grams, 80 gram pack. Now, believe it or not, that's not much. If you put that in your salad, that will probably give you half a plate of greens. So about 80 grams, right? And the interesting part about observation, those so-called, supermarkets, what they do, they used to put 85 grams in a bag. Last 2 weeks, I started observing they're now put 80 grams. In other words, they've put the price up, and they've dropped the actual amount to 80 grams from 85. So now, in other words, what they're thinking, if we save 5 grams per packet, we can make another packet, and we make more money. Guess what? They're going to get caught, because I'm going to write on YouTube and Facebook, and I'm going to explain that these supermarkets are just ripping us off, because that's not good, right? They should actually acknowledge the fact that it's 85 grams. put the price up maybe, but not drop the price, and not sort of increase the price and drop the actual quality and amount. They've all done it. All the different supermarkets have done it, right? And it's not good, because and of course the huge public, they don't look at the label, they don't look at the amount, they just buy it and they just put it on the table. But 5 grams multiplied by 1,000 packets, that's a lot of lots of good food, right? And a lot of this stuff is not publicized because nobody cares. Well, I do, because I don't want to be ripped off even for 5 grams, right? When you give people advice, you should be honest and brutally honest, and you should also give your customers what they pay for. Okay, so enough of that. So I'd say I want to get your feedback. Try the rocket, try the Arugula for about a week or 2 weeks, about 80 grams, right? And then let's see the difference.
Okay, if you found this video useful, remember to give us a like, heart, care, wow emoji on Facebook, and give us a like on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
Tag your friends, share this video with others so they can benefit from the health benefits of rocket or Arugula as well.
Yes.
And remember, we've got our second YouTube channel as well. I'll type the link in the comments below. Do subscribe to it if you haven't already. It's concentrating solely on Iridology.
One more thing. If you notice here, can you see that there? Now, that's my forehead, and I've tanned. I'm absolutely tanned because it's from the greens. The greens help the skin to absorb the sunshine, and you get really tan, and you look really healthy, and you are healthy. So if you've got any acne or anything like that, or pimples, right, don't waste your money on lotions and potions. Just use greens like Arugula.
It's beauty cleansing from within.
Exactly.
Rather than putting creams and lotions from outside and then having the chemicals go into your body, which makes the skin worse.
Very good point. The more potions and with chemicals you put in your body, the harder your body has to work to get rid of it. When you eat greens like Arugula, or watercress, or celery, organic celery, you are going to get enormous benefit, and people are going to remark on your skin. No matter what age, they're going to remark on your skin. We get stopped all the time on the tube in the city where they ask us, wow, we've never seen anybody with skin like you. You guys are amazing. And then we tell them what we do and go, oh yeah. And guess what? 90% of them don't even bother to listen. Once we tell them, they're just like, oh yeah. And then they're chomping on something fried or bacon or whatever. So that's so easy. But that's people. You just got to give them the advice, and if they want to take it, fine.
All right, that's great. That's all for today, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Yes.
Take care. Bye-bye.